Hi and welcome to Real Reviews, where today I'm doing a deep dive into trauma territory with B-movie ripoff and zom-com-rom apocalypse fiasco, which is As We Know It, which actually is directed by Monkarsh and sounds epic, is epic, and is in fact everything you would want a B-movie zombie apocalypse rom-com to be. So let's dive into that review and see what all the fuss is about.
Hey.
Dude, what the hell? I've been trying to get a hold of you for days. Look who it is. Schmemily.
I just stopped to talk to James. Is he here?
Yeah, no, unfortunately, James is no longer with us.
You mean to tell me the entire time you've been holed up here, you haven't once turned on the news?
The news?
What started out as a soy milk recall 1 week ago has ballooned into a full-scale outbreak across the greater Los Angeles area.
Dear Mother of God. Okay, we are witnessing an attack here. It appears that a jogger is being attacked by a gardener.
Ain't your normal Tuesday, is it?
Since As We Know It has no budget to speak of, you're limited to one location, so there's no negotiation in terms of storyline. So what you do get is a three-way love triangle between James and Bruce, played by Mike Castle and Oliver Cooper. Their love triangle focus is Emily, who is played by Taylor Blackwell. Thrown into the mix in sort of an off-kilter cameo sort of way is Pam Grier, who is obviously an on-screen cinema legend from the blaxploitation 70s, as well as being the heavy hitter from the Jackie Brown Tarantino movie. What you then get therefore is a single location where you only have budget enough to hint at the zombie apocalypse happening outside. Pam Grier is the next door neighbour. I believe she's called Miss Jones or something similar. Obviously, you know, situations, they domino and they snowball, and our three intrepid central principal players, James, Bruce and Emily, having obviously connected and then gotten over their various tribulations, have to then tackle Miss Jones when she goes full, you've got it, full zombie. So with that in mind, let's do a deeper dive into this review and give you a little bit more as to what it is about As We Know It, which makes it so special.
Should probably get out of town with everything that's going on.
Are you kidding me? Shoot, I've got that cable TV man coming today.
Well, I guess you could just, like, I don't know, reschedule?
No, that flip-flop wearing mother he kept me on hold for 3.5 hours.
Oh, I hate that.
So the first thing that will surprise audiences about As We Know It is the fact that there is a tremendous amount of poignancy which goes on in terms of emotional honesty on screen between James and Emily and Bruce within their respective roles. What you do get is dialogue that ultimately does really work. Yes, it's in a B-movie setting. Yes, there are budgetary limitations. But the thing is, it really works. There is a genuine chemistry between these actors. Yes, Oliver Cooper does resemble and does sort of try and sort of lean into his resemblance to Jonah Hill just a little bit, whereas Mike Castle could feasibly be swapped out for Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and you would just have a higher grade of cast. But you'd still have the same script, and ultimately that is the thing which makes As We Know It work so well. It's not the, shall we say, intentionally B-movie-ish makeup which transforms people into zombies at various points throughout the film. It is the fact that under extremely tight circumstances, you still have a cohesive movie here, which actually works. It is a little bit leaden. It is tonally a little bit awkward at times. But what you've got to remember is, you know, there are obstacles in the way when it comes to indie filmmaking which don't exist in mainstream movies as such. We're talking tentpoles, we're talking mid-budget $50-60 million films. So for my money, this is worth every penny. This is worth sticking with, this is worth going for, and it's worth investing in. Even if only to have an opinion. So let's move on to that rating.
Oh, God. That's the worst STD I've ever seen.
Maybe they come up with a cure.
Or maybe they just hit the big red button on us.
You think they'd really do that?
That's what I would do.
That's dark.
I'm really dark, dude.
Right, so I'm giving As We Know It a 3 out of 5 on the big old 5 scale. People might think I'm being a little bit generous, but I genuinely think that there are moments, poignant moments, enough in this movie to keep it around the average sort of score, the mid-range score. For me, if I was going to give it 3.5, I would be being overly generous. So I think ultimately what you've got here is a movie which sort of tries to surpass the limitations that it obviously has inherently built into its fabric, and it comes across as something which is surprisingly good given the circumstances. So there you have it. You've got a decent cast who are trying their best. You've got decent chemistry. Yes, you've got a bit of stunt casting in Pam Grier, but then what more can you expect? That's just the way the cookie crumbles. Let's move on to that trailer. And so it is that you've reached the end of the video review for As We Know It, which is currently doing the rounds on limited release in US cinemas, but it's undoubtedly available on digital download on some platform somewhere if you really want to track it down. This is the bit where I go, if you like the video, give me a thumbs up. If you want to drop something in the comment box, like a comment, do that. Finally, you can always just subscribe so that every Tuesday and every Saturday, when another one of these videos materializes, you can just get a little notification and you can watch or listen to as much or as little as you like and go about your day. Until then, check out the rest of the channel.